Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My phone says I'm live, but my computer's not saying that I'm live. Oh, there we go. All right, we are live. Welcome. So if anyone is joining me new, my name's Tracy.bish. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia, and Sunday is my live day. So I'll try and get this set up a little bit better. And I have a really great challenge this week. So every Sunday I do a brand new challenge, and this week is a colour challenge, which is always super exciting. Hi Marion, how are you? So I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I was doing a little bit of admin work on the computer and I looked up and I didn't notice the time until it was after the time. So hopefully everyone's having a really great weekend. You're either relaxing or getting a lot done, depending on what you sort of want to be able to do for the week. Hi Sean, how are you? Nice to have you here live. Okay, so let me show you the colour challenge for this week. It is these beautiful colours here. We have Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia and Pale Papaya. This is a little bit of a goodbye to Misty Moonlight because we're going to lose that in the next couple of days. So the 3rd of May is our new catalogue day, and that is also our retirement. So the 2nd is the last time you can purchase the Misty Moonlight from Stampin' Up. I love these colours. I think these colours are really beautiful, very soft and sweet colours. Hi Glenda, how are you? Hopefully you're having a really great weekend. Okay, so let me show you the card. This is a card that I'm calling a double flap card. I don't know whether that's the exact name for it, but that's what I'm calling it. I really thought that this was a really sweet idea. So we're using the beautiful New Horizon DSP. This is in the mini catalogue. This is one that I really love, but I'm not sure how to use it a lot. There's beautiful sceneries, lovely watercolour. So it's my mission to use this pack a little bit more than I have. And this is how I come up with the card. So the DSP does all the talking for the card. So it opens up and then opens up again. Isn't that pretty? And I've also brought in, so there's not well, there's only very minimal stamping in this card. So around the Fresh Freesia and then just the bottom of our card there. But I've brought in the Artfully Layered bundle, this one here. This is also in the mini catalogue, part of the Artfully Composed suite. I've used it quite a bit. I really like it. It was one of those suites that when I first saw the catalogue, I didn't like it, and then it's really grown on me. So you'll probably see me use this a bit because I just love these designs in the stamp set, and there's great die set with the bundle. So it not only cuts out the images from our stamp, there's also a few extra ones here. And yeah, so that's what I've used for this card. I've also brought in the cotton ribbon combo pack, which has some beautiful colours, the Misty Moonlight and Petal Pink. Or it could be Blushing Bride. No, I think it's Petal Pink. So those two, they're little cotton ribbon. I really like small ribbons, so that's why I went with this one. Again, another one that I haven't used too often. So I really wanted to bring in that Misty Moonlight and say goodbye to it with a big hurrah, if you like. Okay, so let me bring in our pieces that we're going to need. I'm also using, besides the New Horizon DSP, I've got this gorgeous vellum that's part of that Artfully Composed suite. This is called the Vellum Layering Designs, and what I really like about it is there's both black and white stamped, or it's not really stamped, it's in the vellum, but there's great design. So this one is the script, which I have used before, but there's a type, like a typewriter cast one. There's maps. There's a really great little set. So, and that is returning into the annual catalogue, the new annual catalogue that's will be live on the 3rd. So super excited for that, and I really wanted to use some of that up to soften the card down a little bit as well. Okay, so like we're using all the 3 colours from this colour combo challenge: Pale Papaya, Misty Moonlight, and Fresh Freesia. And I have, so our card base, we're going to work on our first one first. Fresh Freesia card base. This measures 4 1/8 by 9 1/8. Now all the measurements are listed in the description of this video. Actually, no, it might not be in the description. It's over on my blog, but there is a link to my blog post in the description of this video. Okay, so I'll open this up. We're actually going to score this one at 3 1/4. And this is just creating our 2 flaps to pop our card together. Let me check. Yeah, 3 1/4. And then I'm going to bring in the Misty Moonlight piece. This one actually measures 3 1/2 by 9 1/2, and we're going to score this one at 4 3/4. Can you guys hear that train in the background? I never know whether it's really loud. I can hear it, and then sometimes I don't hear it, but I'm not sure whether it comes out on the videos. Sometimes the train drivers really sit on their horn as they're coming through. So I'm going to bring in my bone folder and just score those edges. Glenda loves the thin ribbon too, easy to tie bows with. Yes. Yeah, I struggle with those really big, thick ones, because what can you do with them besides just popping them straight across your card? So this will go together like this. So pretty easy. You could emboss your card base as well if you want to add a little bit of extra texture or design to it. I've left mine really simple because, you know, that works for me. And I think we might glue this one down straight away. So I'm going to add some Tombow glue to the back of the Misty Moonlight. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that it's even. So I'm just lining up the edges. There we go. I have got a little bit of liquid glue there, so let me grab out my glue eraser. It's because I moved my cardstock when I was placing it down. Just use my glue eraser and get rid of any glue there. There we go, easy. I'm going to bring back in my DSP piece, and I've already pre-cut that down. This measures 3 by 4 1/2, but what I love about this DSP is there's so many different designs that you could choose from. Look at this one over a lake, and I've cut them down to 3 inches, so you'll get 2 pieces, plus a little left over. But look at these designs, so pretty. That's the one I've used. So there's lots and lots of different variations that you could use. You could also change your colours up if you're not doing the challenge, if you just want to create this card. That one's nice and plain. You could add some die cuts or stamp some images on the DSP as well to give it a little bit of extra interest. The piece that I grabbed I think has heaps of interest anyway, so I don't think we need to add any stamped images or anything like that to it. So I'm going to add that down. And this one actually gives me a good layering on either side of the DSP, but top and bottom is only a thin border. I'm going to bring in, I have my 2 pieces of vellum. These vellum measure 3.5 by 2 3/8, and then I have 2 pieces of Pale Papaya and Fresh Freesia, and these are going to layer over the top. So just like that. So we'll have one on here, and then one down the bottom as well, as you can see. And I don't know, I think I don't think I've cut my vellum correctly, but that's okay. It won't matter. Yep, no, they're the same. That's okay. All right, so on the bottom piece here, we're going to do a little bit of stamping. We'll grab our stamping in first. From that stamp set, I'm using this image here. We're going to do some background stamping just on our bottom piece. These new cling stamps work so well. They're super sticky. Gonna layer that up. I'm also going to grab just a scrap piece of paper to catch any ink, and we're going to use the Fresh Freesia ink for that one. So I'm just going to stamp all the way around the edges. We're not going to see any of the middle pieces, so there's no point worrying about that. But I am going to grab another scrap piece and just section off the other part of the card. So I've just ran a piece of scrap paper along that fold line, and then that will stop me stamping on the wrong area, and it also lets me stamp off on the side as well, so it doesn't sort of stand out too much, if that makes sense. You want to sort of not make it uniform all the way around. So I'm just moving my stamp around a little bit as well. And there. Just want one on the top there as well. So just like that. And then I'm also going to bring in my basic white piece of card here. This measures 3 by 4 1/4. And I just want to stamp down that bottom right corner. Beautiful. Is anyone sad that Misty Moonlight's going? I really like the Misty Moonlight and the Magenta Madness, so that does make me sad. So I'm just going to glue down our basic white piece. I'm going to do some die cutting because we want to cut out 2 of these beautiful leaves. And I've got 2 scraps of both Pale Papaya and Fresh Freesia. I'm going to bring that die in. We're going to do 2 quick cuts, and I can use my mini for this one because it's a small die cut. So this little mini machine is perfect on your desk to do those little cuts or embossing. So I'm going to do 1 of each, and I was thinking maybe we'll change the colours around a little bit. Instead of having them of the one colour, we can put the positive and negative together and mix them around. We'll have a look and see what it looks like. You guys know I don't like to just do the same old. I usually change things up, whether I mean to do it or not. Run this one through. Marion loves her blues. She's sorry to see it retire. Glenda likes a good blue as well. And Sean says, likes the dusty look of the Misty Moonlight. Yes. I love that we have new ink colours come in every year, but they last for 2 years. But sometimes I'm so sad to see them go. And I am really liking the new in colours that are coming in with the new annual catalogue, especially pink Parakeet Party. Lime green's gorgeous. Okay, so we have our 2 die cuts done. Let's get rid of our little mini machine, our little baby. Now, I just want to quickly see whether I want to change these around. There we go. Whether I want to keep them the same colour. I love that you can do this. Now, bring the card back in really quickly. So if this one goes on there, we can either do that one. Can you guys see that? Or the opposite. I think that looks really good, which will mean if I fold this one up and bring in this one, oh yes, that's so much nicer. Let me bring in the card. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that because I like the way that that looks. Now for our vellum, there's a few different ways that you can attach your vellum to your cardstock. One would be with glue dots if you're able to hide it with, say, a die cut. So with this one we could pop glue this down onto the vellum and then add glue dots behind our die cut and then secure that down to our cardstock. The other way is using a stamping sponge, our silicone mat, and our liquid glue. So I'm actually going to use that today for this card. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue down. And I've cut down just one of our stamping sponges. This gets really icky, so you have to change it out. And it looks like I probably need to change this one out, but we'll be right. So I'm just going to pick up some of that liquid adhesive and then I'm going to dab it on the back of our vellum. And by doing this, you're not going to see that adhesive on the back of the vellum and it will hold it down really well. So that's... And I've definitely made a mistake with my cutting of my vellum. 2.5, let me have a quick look. So it should be 2 3/4. It's fine. We won't worry about it too much. And I'm going to add some liquid adhesive to the back. So I might have to change over on my blog the measurements that I have. So I think I've done them wrong. So just know that if you're creating this card, to change your vellum, I will go over and change that later on today, those measurements. So we have our first one. Oh wow, that looks so pretty. Let's bring in our other piece of vellum. Picking up that multi-purpose liquid glue. And both works really well, so both this method and hiding it, glue dots behind something. Sometimes you don't have things that you can hide behind it to add the glue dots, so your silicone mat is a really great tool to have in your stash. Not only can you do mirror stamping, you can do this technique, and then once this glue dries, you just scrape it off. So if you are doing the mirror stamping, I highly recommend having 2 of the silicone mats. Just makes it a lot easier for yourself. And I think they're really quite cheap. I think it's like $10. So I think that's cheap enough to have 2, and then you won't have any issues when you're mirror stamping. So I'm just going to add a little bit more glue here. Pop this one down. That really does highlight those leaves so much better now. And we can glue this one down as well. You could also add dimensionals if you want to pop them up a little bit. My fingers are a little bit sticky from the glue. So I think I'll pop this one up on my other card. So you get that nice little decoration on the outside. And to finish it off, we're going to bring that ribbon in. I've left the sentiment off because I thought this card is actually really good for anything. So I thought sometimes I like to not put sentiments on cards so it can be used for any sort of occasion. So I'm just going to add a nice little bow. And a little tip for you is if you tie your bows upside down, they actually look nicer. Let's see whether it works for me on camera. Just going to make our loops a little bit smaller. See that glue on my fingers? Oh my goodness. That's a cute bow. Let's bring in my ribbon scissors and we'll just cut off the little tails. So you could also add any embellishment, whether you want to add a basic rhinestone, any numerous amounts of embellishments that we have. But quite a plain card, but a really beautiful one. And yeah, you could definitely step it up. You could also make this to be a gift card. If you wanted to add a gift card, you can make a little pocket with this one instead. Maybe cut it down just a little bit more so you can pop the gift card in and still see it. But how cute is this card? Really, really cute. Now, if you're in need of any of the supplies or you would like to get hold of that Misty Moonlight before it disappears, you can shop in my online store. This is this month's hostess code. I have some great specials for you. I'll have a handmade card as well as a bundle tutorial. Those I haven't done yet. If you want to see what the handmade card is, stay tuned on Thursday. And yeah, so the bundle tutorial as well. I also have if you spend $50 using that host code, you'll receive a birthday online card class. So there are 6 projects in all using the Party Pattern DSP, but if you don't have that, you can change it out for other DSP, but there's 6 gorgeous projects. Will get you ready for all your birthdays for the year. And yeah, it's a free online class for anyone who purchases $50 with me using the host code. Thank you, everyone. Sean says, dinner time here. I gotta go run. Can't wait to see what you decide to do. All right, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Glenda. Thank you, Judith. Yeah, absolutely. Mother's Day with a gift card. Absolutely. Great idea. One of those Bunnings gift cards, maybe. All right, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that as well. And yeah, if you would like to join in, easy challenge. It's a colour challenge. Fresh Freesia, Misty Moonlight, or Pale Papaya. If you don't have these colours, use a purple, a blue, and an orange. You can still join in. We would love to see what you create. And if you case this card, please tag me. Show us all. So we would love to see what you're creating. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your Sunday or the rest of your weekend. I can't wait to join you here on Thursday at 5 o'clock for Create with Tracy, and we'll see you all really soon. All right, bye-bye.